When you'll see these images, I would already be dead and buried. They will have killed me, so I am forever silent. But this video will be my testament and will hopefully help shed light on this shadow mafia, the sugar mafia. I hope my confession will alleviate some of the harm I have done. Here is my story. I was a special agent in the SIA, Sugar Intelligence Agency, a private intelligence agency whose mission is to spread the consumption of sugary products in the world by all means. With Irina, I formed a powerful duo that praises sweet products and obesity. We had become real stars on social networks. We had hundreds of millions of followers. Thanks to us, everyone ate sweets without any complex, men, women, children. We managed the feat, unimaginable until then, to make women proud of their obesity, a real cultural change. Our second mission was to tear down anyone who dared to claim that sugar is bad for your health. And our pitch was pretty good. Listen. All studies that claim that the consumption of sugary foods and beverages promotes diabetes are based. Because the real cause of diabetes is genetic predisposition. We are born with or without a genetic predisposition for diabetes, quite simply. If you have the wrong genes, don't blame sugar. So, don't feel guilty. Accept your history, your genetics, your body, and be happy. You must not submit to the dictates of advertising that reflect an image that is not yours. Don't play their game. Don't let yourself be swayed. Be yourself. And don't believe the ominous researchers who claim that people who eat sugary foods are 50% more likely to develop what they call a metabolic steatosis, a type of liver disease largely due to fructose. But fructose is present in artificial sugars as well as in fruits, grapes, figs, dates, apricots, cherries, banana, kiwi, watermelon. I always find the right words to wave at the most-proven theories. Even those who managed to scientifically demonstrate the link between sugar consumption and cancer couldn't stand up to me. To scientists who think that sugar not only feeds cancer cells, but also causes cancer to grow, here is my answer. These scientists think they invented the moon. As a food, sugar makes grow all cells without exception, whether cancerous or healthy, right? I had managed to ridicule even a Nobel Prize winner who had demonstrated that sugary drinks would make your age. My answer was simply masterful. Dear professor, if some butterflies live 24 hours and some turtles 115 years, according to you, it wouldn't be genetic? It would be due to sugar? Believe me, I totally ridiculed him. But I must admit that I overdid my sugar intake. That's why, when I started having cardiovascular problems due to sugar, no one knew about it. On the contrary, I made an entire video to demonstrate that in fact, everything can impact our cardiovascular system. Air pollution, water pollution, our modes of transport, work pressure, our family problems. Why blame sugar specifically? And I ended up accusing scientists of being backwards and wanting to make us live like Robinson Crusoe to be healthy. The war I waged against the sugar addiction theory was truly epic. I succeed in destroying this theory, however correct, which states that sugar is as addictive as cocaine, by increasing the dopamine level and by stimulating the reward circuitry. And according to the same scientists, sugar addiction leads, as with other drugs, to lasting biological changes in the brain. I destroyed all these theories by highlighting that the so-called scientific experiments were carried out on laboratories mice and extended to humans. And I caused a scandal by accusing the scientists of putting babies and mice on the same footing. Imagine the anger of the parents. And as the public is gullible, the pill passed, and we laughed a lot with the rest of the team. Then I took another step in my arguments by saying that sugar is the solution to the major problems of the century, and that was pure genius. Doubt it? Follow my reasoning and you will change your mind too. First, a world without sweets would mean the destruction of the world economy and the spread of hunger. The sweet spreads market is estimated at $1.2 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach $1.7 billion in 2027, more than the GDP of the 27 poorest countries. The soft drinks market today weighs more than $700 million. The possible closure of the leads of the sector would be more apocalyptic than all the disasters already known. A world without sugar would bankrupt agriculture in the major sugarcane producing countries and cause an unprecedented humanitarian disaster. All economists confirm it. Sugar is one of the essential ingredients to keep the machine running and to preserve the world as it is. A world without sugar would bring all states to their knees. Imagine all the old people in excellent health. Lifespan would increase and pension funds would go bankrupt. Can you imagine me working out? That would be suicide. In other words, a world without sugar would sound the death knell of the end of the world, quite simply. The culture of sugar is so deeply rooted in our customs that it is no longer possible to imagine a party or a happy event without sweets. In addition, the market for sweets intended for animals now constitutes a promising strategic niche. Even your representation of ice cream has been shaped in spite of you by our marketing expert to make you fantasize. We even force you to talk about sugar when you talk about love. Remember the famous song of the Ashes. Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. After all that, it became impossible to imagine someone addressing his wife in these terms. My dear pumpkin, I can't stop thinking of you. Because the pumpkin, despite all its nutritious benefits, doesn't make a lot of money. Sugar does. That's all I thought about sugar, in all sincerity. Our project within the SAA was to replace the consumption of water with that of soda everywhere in the world, and to replace the consumption of fruit with that of cakes, quite simply. But an event had just occurred which completely changed my vision of things. My son, who was following the same sugary diet as me, has just died, despite all the efforts of all the doctors, with an undisputable diagnosis: diabetes. So I decided to reveal everything to the press and on YouTube. Because I have the names of all the real culprits, all the journalists we have bought, all the scientists we had corrupted, all politicians we had paid to turn a blind eye to the damage caused by sugar. But I have to hurry, because I have footsteps, which they already know.